Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back.
My whole computer literally exploded. It was like, nope.
One thing I noticed that I forgot to mention before when I was watching the "You're Not My Boss Anymore" clip again, Crazy almost like curled his hand into a fist, almost basically being like, "This is my situation. I need to deal with this. I'm fucking ending it right now."
Yeah.
He was so done at that point.
He was like, we can't. They've been there for hours. Who knows how many hours, but a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes afterwards, if we're gonna see any of these characters again, if they blame him, if they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
It's a lot. Finally they're giving Peter like awesome shit. Do I wish it was this traumatic? No, but it was too good.
He's gonna play it off amazingly.
Yeah,
I don't think
literally.
Yeah,
Emmy now. Emmy now.
We have an episode called "Give Peter Scanavino an Emmy." From
this is gonna have to give Peter Scanavino an Emmy part 2
again. But yeah. So this episode we'll go watch this one if you haven't.
It might be.
It might make you anxious about what's gonna happen. I'm
like a one-time watch or like one-time watch and then watch bits and pieces because it was a lot, but go watch.
Go watch it.
Okay, that's it.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Oh yes, happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate in the United States.
You probably won't hear from us again for right now. We're gonna take a little breaksies. Merry Christmas, because we probably won't have anything in December until we get the trailers. So
yeah, we'll get like YouTube stuff, but Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We love you and Happy New Year. We'll come back the shows come back in January.
On the 16th, but we'll be back the week before with the trailer. So so we'll be back in January.
Thanks for watching.
I did wear my release t-shirt. So thanks for listening, watching. Go watch this episode. We have things to do, so go do something that makes you happy afterwards. All right, that's all. Because I got it. The whole computer exploded. All right, goodbye. Stop. Hello. Hello. Welcome to Truth Runs Deep podcast again. I'm
Kalli.
And we're going to talk about all things Law and Order SVU.
And we're going to talk about Law and Order SVU. Whenever organized crime shows up, we'll do that too. And all things fanfic writing and more. This is gonna be a different episode for you guys because holy shit, we gotta talk about this.
You get a lot to say. We're gonna
holy shit.
This like you were expecting it to be big, but it wasn't as big as we thought. Like we tried to prepare ourselves.
Any thoughts we had in our head did not match any of what they fucking did.
Well, that's pretty cool. I feel like I kind of did in my head. Like,
I mean, yeah, you could probably like say you predicted something knowing the context of the show, but like
but and how it happens is like our imagination is not comprehend.
Not good at all. So Peter did a few articles, and
there's some before and some after. So we'll do the ones before for context, and then
so before he's like, so the interviewers are like, so what's gonna happen? And Peter is literally like, every event is going to be worse than the one that precedes it.
Literally, it just goes down the hill really fast, y'all.
Oh, and then they're like, would you call it like a roller coaster? And he's like, a roller coaster has ups and downs. This has no up. This is a straight ski slope.
Yeah, literally, there was no up.
Excuse me.
Quickly, there was no up in this episode, okay.
And then they asked him like how it was filming it, and I will say it was really cool for the first time. They usually do scenes out of order. For the first time, they did everything completely in order. Yeah. So what we
I guess there's only like one scene and there's 2-3 scenes like locations.
We saw in order is what they filmed in order. So Peter said it was like rehearsing to play, which is cool. He also said that because most of his cast was outside and he was inside the set, he felt alone and isolated. To which I say, dude, you asked for this.
You did. There's a couple months, maybe a year ago, and they asked him what he would want. He said, put Carisi in a hostage situation and let Amanda be badass and
Oh, yes, I literally want to. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the room when they're reading the script, and he's like, "Oh, you actually, you actually
did it for real.
You actually did it."
This is real bad.
Thank you. Question mark. Oh shit.
Literally.
Like literally, the dude asked. I was like, I have a feeling like this guy's like thinking like Peter's like, okay, something cool.
It'll be simple, easy and easier
situation. And then when he gets to actual script, he's like, oh shit, this is what it actually entails.
Yeah.
Well,
we just want to tell y'all so like, bad because
like it was mentally and physically, and emotionally difficult for him.
Yes. And you can, and he, y'all,
you can fucking like, tell.
You can tell, like, but him acting the scenes out are give this man his Emmy today. Like,
get it now. No, like, we're not asking where are you
going. Like, y'all, you have to if you haven't watched in a while, you need to go watch this one. Like, unless you don't want to watch this was kind of graphic, but if you want to see like it's phenomenally. The acting in it is just phenomenal.
Do I think he's listening to us? No, but if you are Peter, you are amazing, and I
literally
I can't say enough.
Yes, all right. There's so many things.
So the episode's called Cornered.
Literally cornered.
Literally. And it starts out, great.
It starts out pretty good. It's pretty exciting so far.
Carisi goes into this bodega.
He goes there every day, apparently.
Shop owner, which he knows because he goes in there every day. And he's like, Ollie, how are you? And the guy gives him his coffee, light and sweet.
And bagel.
And for some reason, the first thought in my head was that it's like the total opposite of Barbara.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then
he has his coffee, his bagel.
Like, and everything bagel with buttered on both sides. He's like, that's great. Carisi pays. And he's like, take the change and put it towards your kids' little league.
The little league team. What a good man. It's
literally, he's such a good man. Then he's talking to a defense attorney about like a case, and they're like, oh, are you going to the?
I'm gonna sign the birthday.
Like, handing him a card. She's like, go sign this. She's like, He's like, whose birthday is it? He's like, she's like, you're paralegal. And he's like,
oh yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I gotta go buy some flowers. And then she's like, what do you mean? He's like, she's worked for me for a year. I'm not gonna not get her flowers.
Yeah, so he runs back out.
And she's like, what? The defense attorney is like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, you're the defense attorney. Why don't you try defending me for a change?
Exactly.
And he rushes off.
He literally does rush off. Like, he's like, I gotta go get these.
Goes back to the bodega. He finds a really nice bouquet. And before, like, none of us knew, we're like, is it for Jesse? Is it for Amanda? Is it no? Oh, this was his coworker. He walks into the bodega, and he literally
he wants one of those little cards you put on the flowers. That's what he's like, you got those little cards.
Like little cards, and like Ollie is not answering.
He's not saying anything.
He's not saying anything. And Grace is like, let's go. And then he turns around and he sees the guys with weapons.
Like,
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's a guy with a gun pointed at him.
Yeah.
And they're like, you need to. He's like, what do you want?
There's an old white guy. His name is Boyd. And then the old.
Yeah, he looks like a Boyd too. He looks like a Boyd.
Yeah, he did. He really did. So this whole time. Oh wait, hold on. So he's there, and he's like, okay. Immediately gives up his phone, his watch, anything. He's like, take what you want.
Wallet. He's like, whatever. He's like,
I don't care. Take what you want. And then the first horrible things that happens is the guy looks at him and he's like, your ring.
Hold on, y'all. This is when we have to show you.
No, I
pictures
is like, no.
Hold on.
I put it in all caps. Not the ring.
We have to show you. Hold on. Wrong. Why is it recording? It's not recording the correct screen.
I was like, no, they fucking made him take him off of his ring. He better fucking get it back. Nope. Nope.
What do you mean?
I was literally not paying attention to anything else at that point.
Hold on. You need to see it, all right,
The
y'all?
ring.
Hold on.
The ring.
He is
Because
hello.
you,
Hold
yeah,
on.
you
Is
see
that
him like
what's happening? Hopefully you can see the screen. The whole what happened? Hello. Because you need to see it, all right, y'all.
yeah.
You need
Guys,
to
we've
see
saved
it.
pictures for a reason.
Yeah, we did say pictures this time because I feel like we're skipping ahead, trying to go fast, so you can't see what we're trying not to show you yet. This one.
You see him like stop and be like, ugh. He
See,
doesn't want to. But he's like, he doesn't really have a choice. So he takes it off and puts it on the counter. Because you can tell that is like physically killing him to take off his wedding ring.
He is, because he loves his wife, y'all.
He loves his wife. So so Boyd is having the two young girls like literally take their cards and try to withdraw money from an ATM.
We'll put the screen. When it comes to more pictures, we'll show you.
They don't have a lot, so he's.
They're just fresh college graduates. I don't know if they said that at the moment, but like you have no money when you first.
You have no money when you get out of college. Sorry, take it from me.
They get like, and also me. I'm also a college grad. I'm a fresh college grad, y'all.
And he's trying.
They get like $300. Like, there's not that much money.
Look, you don't need the girls. Let them go. You can keep me. Like, he's trying. He's not caring about himself right now. He's trying to get these girls out of here. Yeah. And he's like 018.
He's like, you want my car? Here's my. You want my PIN card? Here.
My PIN. And I was like, wait a minute. Why does that number sound familiar? That is his old badge number.
Yeah.
Dude.
People realize it. It probably shouldn't be your PIN, okay? But whatever.
Like, I mean, yeah, great way to memorize it. But dude, really?
For security purposes, should not be that.
There were so many people that were like, I mean, I just gotta like slap him upside the head and be like, really, Sonny, that's your PIN too?
Yes, but this is a pin to something else also, but we'll get to that when it happens.
So then they do some digging and they find a floor safe.
Like Boyd like kicks the floor or something, and then it's like, what's that? And then it's like a floor safe.
And so he's like
concrete.
telling Ali to be like, get this open. He's like, I can't.
Only the owner. I don't own this store.
And he's like, okay, call the owner.
He's like, he's across town somewhere.
He's like, I don't care. And he's like, okay. He calls him and he says something. And Carisi said something else, and I don't remember.
He starts talking. He's like, yo, man, we don't have, he's trying to like defuse
the
situation.
Guy, Boyd immediately turns around, points the gun at him. He's like, you've got a big mouth. One more word, I'll make a second one in the back of your head.
Carisi is a yapper, He becomes more a yapper when he's nervous.
That's literally why he's a good lawyer. He knows how to talk, but also he gets nervous and he doesn't know how to shut up.
And we're like, crazy, stop.
I'm talking. Shut up. Shush. Well, meanwhile, Olivia's
like, where's he?
Like, where you at? Party that's happening, and she's like, where are you?
Hold on. I got the pictures out of order a little bit, but the next one.
She was like, where are you? He's not answering. She like finds his location and sees that like he's
somebody told him, I think, where he was going.
Oh yeah, that she was like, oh, he went to go
get flowers. Yeah, he went to go get some flowers.
He went to go down there. And then we get the Boyd literally with the gun to the back of Crazy's back, and he's like, go lock the door. I don't have any words to fucking describe the look on Peter's face, but holy shit.
It's right here if you need to see it. It's right here.
He's literally looking at Olivia with so much pain and anger and scaredness in his face. And then he just has to walk away, lock the door, turn back around, walk away. And then, yeah.
Didn't know.
Fuck.
That's already spoilers. But the way he kind of like, Olivia also looks at him like, oh, something is definitely wrong. And then Olivia walks off.
He does a quick little thing with his eyes, like, something.
Like, there's people in here. He looks kind of back like, there's people in here.
And I was just like, the look on his face, like, it literally, like, no words are
You guys
needed.
can see it if you're on Spotify. It's right here for you. But go watch
No
the
words are
episode
needed
instead.
for that. Just holy shit. Peter's facial expressions are like,
yeah,
kill me now, but like, holy shit, amazing at the same time.
yes.
So Olivia walks away. She calls
She's
it
a little
in. She's
awkward.
like, there's a hostage situation going on. And there's an ADA in there.
Yeah.
Then we get the intro, I think.
And,
I
think it already happened. Maybe.
Oh,
There's a
well,
lot going on.
anyway.
So,
Anyway, I don't remember. If I was like not paying attention. Anyway, then we get a little transition scene, and Amanda's doing a little debriefing, and her phone rings, and she sees it's Olivia.
She doesn't
and
answer
she
the
mutes
first
it.
time.
And she's like, sorry about that. Keeps talking.
She keeps
it
talking.
Rings again. She sees it's Olivia.
She calling again?
And she's like, just
I gotta take this. Excuse me.
Two calls immediately. She's like, it's important. She's like, I'm sorry, I gotta take this. Literally goes in the hallway, and Olivia's like, I need to tell you that your husband interrupted a hostage situation. And Amanda's face immediately goes,
like, we shouldn't have had a picture if we didn't, but the way her face like drops suddenly.
Immediately. And people noticed that her voice went higher too when she's like, I need, is he okay? Like, I need you to tell me he's okay. Yeah. She was freaking out.
Yeah.
And she goes on and she says, look, he saved my life. So I'm not going home until I do the same thing. And I was like, when did he save your life?
And he didn't allow her to come in. I think he kind of, he didn't say it verbally, but I think he made it clear, do not come in here.
Like, literally, do not get yourself fucking trapped in here. Like,
do not go in.
It's already bad. Well, then the guys notice that the cops are showing up.
And they're like, where the cops come from? And he's like,
boy thinks Carisi told him, he's like, I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? He's like, I saw a woman at the door. You were looking at her. What did he do?
He was like,
and he's trying to like explain to them that like, because the phone is ringing at this point.
He's like, they want to talk to you. Hostage negotiation wants to talk to you. See what your demands are. You know?
And they're like, why do you know all this?
And he's like,
and it's like, that's where I was like, Creasy, why are you telling them all this? Like, act like you know nothing.
I guess he figured he needed to be honest. Okay, he's an honest man. He can't stop himself from being honest.
Well, then they're like, why do you know so much? Deontay picks up the wallet and he's like, fine, you're not going to tell me. I'll figure it out myself.
Also, meanwhile, outside, they're trying to get a lot of communication inside, but then they kind of hop back to us.
He takes out the ID and like we see him go, oh shit.
Oh, he's a lawyer. Like, he's an assistant district attorney.
Assistant district attorney, Dominic.
Yeah.
Shit.
The phone is still ringing during this conversation. Like the phone keeps ringing.
And Ollie is desperately trying to answer it.
And like, don't pick up the phone.
Picking the phone up, the guy is like, put it down. You're not answering. Well, Ollie does anyway, and immediately shoots him, and they all hear the gunshot over the phone.
Yes.
And they want to go immediately break in, but it's kind of risky at that point. So Carisi immediately takes off his suit jacket.
And you knew he didn't have a suit jacket at the end.
He didn't have one. We kind of were like trying to figure out why. Now we know it's because he was trying to stop a wound from bleeding.
Yes, because he would do that.
He would. And he looks at the guy and he's like, you didn't have to do that. Why did you do that?
This is like the first time you really hear him like scream. He's like, you didn't have to do that.
Like, we only ever hear Peter like scream as Carisi in court. Nope, he's full on fucking screaming.
Yeah, that volume in court doesn't match this one. Like he is screaming.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to do.
So then we get a little small Olivia hug because Amanda and Olivia are like, quick hug. Okay, now we gotta get to work.
We gotta get to work, yo. Yeah.
They go over to ESU, and Olivia's like trying to be like, Amanda, don't say anything. And Amanda's like, full disclosure, I'm ADA Creasy's wife. And Olivia's
So
just
let me
like,
go ahead and tell you real quick. Because they're gonna be like, you don't need to be here. They're like, do you need to be
she's
here?
like, why did
You're
you
like,
have
yeah,
to
she
say
needs to
that?
be. Yeah, and they kind of are like, all right, we need to get cameras in. We need to find a way to get
And
something
back
like see in there,
inside,
hear in there, because he won't answer the
Gracie is
phone.
still trying to
They're
hold.
saying, oh, because hostage negotiation says call the phones that are in there, and they're like, no, Olivia and Amanda are like, don't do that because we don't want them to be upset further. And then they didn't know from the outside that the Carisi had already been found out because they were like, we don't need to call and make them find out that he's an ADA.
Yeah. They're like,
But
well,
they already
I
know.
don't want any more blood in my hands. Do you?
He's still screaming, by the way. Carisi's still screaming.
Yeah, back inside, he's literally like trying to keep
He's
pressure
like,
on the
stop,
phones.
please.
And Boyd is trying to move them all back to the freaking freezer for whatever reason. So they can continue doing their shit. And Deontay immediately grabs Sonny's shoulder, and Sonny immediately goes,
He flings back.
"Don't touch me! I'm not leaving this man."
He's still screaming. He's still screaming.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So then Carisi drags Ali by the
drags
legs
him
to the freezer.
into the freezer, and you see a trail of blood.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood. Okay, there's a lot.
And then the two girls
They're in the
are
freezer.
freaking out.
Already in the freezer.
Carisi, and his voice is getting all quiet. He's like, the girls are like, the cops aren't gonna care about us. And Creasy's like, God, I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm married to
so.
one of them, and one of them is a very good friend of mine. I know they're not going home until we do.
Yeah. And then the girl gets a text on her Apple Watch. She's like, what's that noise? And she's like, oh, I got an Apple Watch.
And they're like,
And
oh,
you can
shit.
make calls on that, right? Carisi
Yeah.
used to be an Apple Watch wearer. They took that plot line out. It used to be so funny about his Apple Watch. You know, in season like 18, Carisi's always in 19 Apple Watch. He used to wear an Apple Watch too. And they like, he was like, we'd say, hey Siri for everything. So like, acting like he didn't know what the sound was kind of weird. But when they realized she had
Amanda is like freaking out, and then Olivia's like, I know, I've known you for 13 years. And she's like, you know who I am. Like, this is serious. Well, the cops disagree with Olivia and Amanda for their plan. They're like, we need to go in now while they're all in the freezer. And then Olivia's like, we go in now, somebody's gonna make it back there to the freezer before we get in there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I didn't fully understand that, and I kind of agreed with the other cops, but
You see what? I understand why she said that, particularly because, you know, with the amount of space in the bodega, they're likely, I guess they could kind of see they were in the back closer to the freezer than they would have been. And, you know, it
so
didn't seem like it was going to be.
The Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And they have, they have Amanda and Olivia call the group.
Yeah.
And Curiousy's like, fine, give me the watch, I'll do it. Like,
yeah.
Like, the girl did not.
I wear it. He holds it up, like, you can barely hear it. When you answer the phone Apple Watch, you can barely hear it anyway. But,
and he hears his wife talking, and he goes, Rollins, is that you? And she goes, I'm here, Sonny. Fuck.
You're
like, then we get a thing of Deontay and Boyd arguing. They're like, we got enough. You said that we were gonna Deontay's like, you just said we were getting money. You didn't say we were gonna end up shooting anybody.
Hostage, dude.
Hostages. What is going on?
Yeah.
Well,
so then they look through Sonny's phone.
Yeah,
How are they able to do that? Because it's pinned the same thing.
It's the fucking same.
Security purposes. Don't do this.
The picture, and it's like, is this
your
wife?
I gotta show y'all again because
is this your wife? And it's like, oh shit.
Like, this wouldn't need a picture, but go watch the episode. Like,
and then the look on Carice's face is like, don't you fucking talk about my wife.
Don't talk about my wife.
Don't talk about my wife.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you all he has a lot of pictures of Amanda on his phone, apparently.
Well, I mean, figured.
Hold on. What happened? This hello. It needs to load fast. Here we go. Is it showing? I don't think so. Is it? Hello. What is happening?
No,
There it
I'm
is.
just seeing two of you.
Here it is.
Yeah, literally,
There
this
it
is his phone. A picture of Amanda,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of smaller pictures of Amanda. This man is in love.
Yeah. He's got a lot of pictures of Amanda. So.
And they're like, look, they're trying to figure out how to get. He's trying to figure out how to get them to let them go, and he's like, this country doesn't have extradition. You need to go to somewhere, to a country that doesn't have extradition.
They ask him about extradition. They ask him about what he's like. That means they can't come get you. The United States cannot come get you if you go here.
And then he's like doing research, and he's like, all I got is Russia and Nigeria, and it's like, so where
You probably shouldn't go to.
We need something closer. He's like, Solomon Islands, the Solomon Islands. Quick, look it up.
You can go to the Solomon Islands.
Well, then we have Amanda and
Amanda's like
outside again.
they're outside.
Amanda is not good, and she's like, we need to go in there. And one of the guys is like, do you think your husband being there you being his wife, as an asset or a liability? And she's not having it. And Olivia's like, look, if anything happens to my friend, we're going to have a problem.
Okay.
So they call, and he's trying to talk to Olivia, and he's like, pretty much is like, look, I want a car, and I want them all to come with me, and then you can come get them. What the fuck? Why are you taking me on an international trip?
To make sure they're not hurt by the police. It was security. It had to be a security measure.
Unfortunately, then the phone, the girls, their names Tess and Olivia. Tess and Elizabeth. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Tess is the girl who had the Apple Watch. Tess gets a notification on her phone from an unknown number. And they're like, how did that happen? So Boyd pulls Tess in his arms, and he starts to feel her up while looking.
He finds the Apple Watch, and you're like, she has like a I don't know what you not like an exercise, kind of like an exercise long sleeve kind of thing. Like, so the pockets on the shirt.
Standing there with so much disgust on his face because he's literally like watching this dude touch this girl.
Oh, because Boyd's kind of drunk already. He's been drinking.
Oh yeah, he's been drinking the course from
that's not why she thought of that. Because the girl's boyfriend is also like something's happening. I think he tries to text her or something. And he's also
like, are you trying to make me jealous? And I was like, this is gonna get worse before it gets better. And I was like, oh fuck, because then it gets worse, because then Boyd starts to pull Tess into the back, and Carisi immediately is like, no, you're not taking her. He tries to go get her. Deontay pushes him back, and he's like, look, you are already going to be an accomplice to an attempted murder. Do you want to be an accomplice to whatever he does back there?
I know. And he's like, well.
And Carisi, like, pretty much pushes past the kid. Tries so hard. He's like talking to Boyd. He's like, you don't have to take her. There was more lines. I don't remember. All of a sudden, he swings the gun into Carisi's head. Carisi is face down on the floor, and there's a giant welt on the back of his head. And
it goes to a commercial break for this part too. You're like,
and so we know that Tess is now on the back with him, and shit is happening.
It's not going well.
Oh, at this point, also, he's like, while Carisi's like trying to figure stuff out, he's having Elizabeth hold down the jacket on Ollie's wounds because he's also
there's a lot of stuff's going on.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Keep him alive. Keep this situation happening.
This is literally when I put in all caps. Everything is bad, and I want to cry.
Literally, it's not good. And then there's a commercial, and Carisi's like kind of curled up on the floor.
Because no, actually, first off, he's like, like, are you, like, again, he's like, Dante, are you okay with this? And then the guy's literally just like, oh, once he's drinking, he just
He's not gonna
doesn't
stop.
stop. And you're okay with this? Like, come on. And then all of a sudden, Elizabeth is like,
I don't know, your audio is kind of...
he's not breathing.
He's not breathing. She's like, he's not breathing.
So it goes to CPR, and unfortunately, it's no use.
I have not a
He's
picture
dead.
to show y'all, because this will get you hard.
Is dead.
Yeah.
And then Tracy, like, stands up, and the guy's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to wash the blood off my hands. Is that okay?
Oh, also, we forgot this part where Deontay tries to help Carisi up off the floor, but he kind of like... It's like, no!
Like, literally, don't help me if you're not going to go help her. I don't care about me. And so, yeah, Carisi turns around and goes down to this corner, and then just...
I'm going to show you. Listen, you have to, like, see it, because he's
bawling. Which is when I started bawling.
Exactly, like, hold on. If Google Meet would be better and faster, I could show you this now, but it's being slow, so... But you need to see it.
Oh, also at this point, he's also starting to cry over whatever's happening to Tess. Because he wants to stop it, but he can't do anything.
This one comes first, actually.
And then this is happening.
He's kind of like, his head is in his palm. Why is this so slow? Hello? Why is it so? Thank you. What? We were already... Sorry. Technology is being...
Literally, like... If I can give him an Emmy just for this, like, 30 seconds.
I'll show you in a moment. Okay. I need to see this one. All right.
Work, technology. Work.
Exactly. You need to work. Please. I need you to work. So I can... Here it is, y'all.
It fucking hurts just looking at it.
It does. And then when he, like, sits up from crying, like...
And here's what I'm going to say. Thank fucking God they let him cry. Because showing him not cry would just continue the stereotype of men can't cry.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yes. I think that was
devastating for him.
He shows it.
He's showing.
Yeah, he's
unlike other people in this corner that right now, because holy shit. And I think that's got to be like actual fucking crying from Peter. Like,
yeah, because
you don't get that kind of look on your face from
with the kid crying. The tears, y'all. Like, I think we're about the halfway point in this episode. We're still allowed to talk about.
Elizabeth slowly goes over to him, and he looks at her, and he's like, I'm sorry I couldn't help your friends.
You're like...
And she goes, I'm sorry I couldn't help yours. The fact. And he goes on, and he's like, I'm not an action hero anymore. I'm not a cop.
And she's
break
like,
my heart
a
million pieces, why don't you?
Exactly.
And then she's like, are the cops gonna... haven't they gotten us by now? And he's like time is a tool. He's a tool. They'll figure it out. At this point, I'm just like, I don't care. Just fucking get them out of there. Well, then they're talking about outside because they finally figure out, like, Carisi had, like, outside somebody's name earlier. They finally figured it out. His name is Deontay. They go into Deontay's profile, find out he was in jail, and then find his cellmate, which was in a fucking course.
He's done this behavior before.
He's done this. He's literally got paroled, first of all, yesterday.
1 day ago. They were paroled yesterday.
Before. And
now you're going back. Right.
and for robbery and sexual assault.
Yeah.
Which is when
Boyd wanted some money to go drink, and that's why they end up at this bodega. Like, what a fool.
Which is
Also,
when,
these are the dumbest robbers ever. Let's go and put this out there. They had no hiding their face. Like, they just walked straight up in the police. Yeah, they had revolvers. Like, that's not even I mean, a revolver isn't a quick weapon either. I mean, sure, you could rob somebody with it, but like, it wasn't their best work of being good robbers.
So,
all right, they weren't good robbers.
There's that, and then your heart drops because you realize, oh fuck, that's what's happening to the other girl right now. But the fact they literally didn't even waste a fucking day, they're like, okay, I'm out of jail now, I'm gonna go do it again.
Oh, would you want to do something to risk this again?
Also, why? I also want to know why the fuck they let him out in the first place.
And I guess his time was up. I guess.
Okay.
He was old, so he could have done this a long time ago. Like, he shouldn't have done it.
And so Deontay is still asking Creasy, like, so this accomplice liability thing, like, how is this? Well, it's like, first you have a murder on your hand. Now you assisted in
robbery, there's murder, there's sexual assault.
Now you assisted in Tess's rape, and he's like, no, I didn't. He's like, you are literally standing here pointing a gun at us while it's fucking happening.
Exactly.
And he's like, how old are you, son? He's like, I'm 23. And I was like, God damn it, this kid is younger than me.
Yeah, or like you threw your life away again. You from whatever he had robbed before, apparently. That's why he was in jail.
This isn't worth it.
Exactly. You're about to throw your life away again. This is not worth it.
They do some more digging, and they find out that he was a former cop, and Benson used to be his boss because they were like looking through his phone and stuff.
Yeah. People outside find out.
This all right. I jumped ahead. This is when they find out that Boyd was in prison for rape and robbery.
Yep.
Then we see Boyd come.
He walks out of the freezer,
and we see him zip his jacket up, so we know something horrible has happened, and so Elizabeth immediately goes in the back, and we see Tess.
She's like curled up in the corner, her clothes are disheveled,
slightly disheveled, crying, and the girl immediately goes, "Oh, Tess," and I'm like, "Fuck," because then they show Creasy's face.
He looks in
looking at this girl, and we know in the promo there was a reason why he slammed his face against the door, and this is why.
Yeah, he's. I forgot to get a picture of that one saved, but he is so guilty. He feels so guilty.
Literally. Out of all of the things in the episode, this is the one thing I wish they didn't do. Like, Creasy not being able
we predicted it, but didn't want it to actually happen. We're like, it's probably gonna happen because this is the kind of show this is. But hopefully it didn't.
Like, Creasy not being able to save a man's life is enough. Now he has to fucking deal with the fact that he couldn't stop a rape when it's literally his job to put rapists away. Why? Literally. Why did you have to do that? That's too much.
There's a lot of sad going on, right? A lot of sad.
So, like, if I could change anything about the episode, I would not have them do that.
Yeah,
it made me sick.
It was a lot.
Well,
so
eventually
after that,
we're like,
Boyd does call finally back. He calls Olivia.
And
they find out who Olivia is. So she's an NYPD captain.
Because he's like, look, an ADA isn't going to give you shit. There's an
NYPD captain.
And they're like, we're going to follow their instructions, but like, we need to talk. And he's like, his voice is literally cracking at this point. And it's because Olivia's like, is everyone okay? He's like, no, the shop owner's dead, and one of the girls, Tess, she's been violated. The way his voice
uses violated
the way
the other word
said violated instead of the R word is.
He is. It's like,
holy shit, what happened to this girl? Also, the fact that that's what he thinks it was, because he was literally 10 feet away. I was watching with my parents, and my mom was like, oh my god, he is literally 10 feet away. Well, this is happening to this girl. This is going to kill him. And I was like, yep. And then Olivia starts apologizing to Sonny. She's like, Sonny, I am so sorry. Because she's like, she knows that it's killing him.
She knows
that he couldn't stop that.
Yeah.
As I talked to multiple people during this episode, they're like, what is like the main thing with Creasy? And I'm like, the main thing with Creasy is he hates if he can't stop something bad from happening. He doesn't care if it happens to him. He hates if he can't stop it from happening to somebody else.
Which
is why he was like, I am totally fine with you taking my phone, my wallet, my everything. Let these girls go.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, and this is when I put in all caps. If they went in when they were up front, Tess probably would have been okay.
But you can't predict anything, so.
And this is when my dad and I were having a conversation of like, why didn't he go back there? And my mom was like, because she probably would have shot her. And I was like,
should have shot him or her. Like, it's too much risk involved.
We were like, well, like, kind of would have been better than what's happening to her right now.
But she could have been dead, so she could have shot her.
Well, Olivia wants to go in for Sonny.
But all right, I'm gonna do it.
Prayed for her, because what else is fucking new?
Because she would do it too, like they've got this visa. She's like, I'll do it.
The flight before anything.
No, she's okay, like, that takes some time. I can't just do that right away.
Like, no, we'll do that once you let these girls go. And then you get me in exchange for Creasy. So they finally let the girls out. Olivia and Amanda quickly go over. Oh, they only let Tess out. They quickly go over to Tess. And they're like, you're okay. You're safe now. They carry her around. She doesn't want to be touched, by the way. She doesn't want to be touched. She's shaking. And all of a sudden, lets out this pure guttural scream.
Yeah, literally in the middle of the street. She was blood-curdling scream in the middle of the street.
Sobbing. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
And then Amanda's like, okay, we're gonna get you to the hospital, even though they're all standing there like, oh, this poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene broke my heart. And then they're like, okay, what are we gonna do now, Captain? And they're like, they asked for a trade. They're gonna do it. Well, he hears the plan. Sonny hears the plan. And he's like, no. Because even Amanda was like, Liv, he's not going to want to do that.
He's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it. He hears the plan over the phone. He's like, nuh-uh, I'm not going anywhere. Nope. And the guy's like, you don't have a choice. He like grabs him. This is where we get the thing with
with his arm around his neck and the gun.
Arms and neck and the gun back to his head. And we see Olivia. And the guy
starts walking that thing.
Yeah, and she puts her weapon down, and she like shows she's unarmed. And then we see
Creasy have the ankle pistol this time. I don't have that either. Okay, she's like, all right,
Creasy is standing there in the doorway, and Olivia's like, Creasy, you gotta
move
now, and he's not moving, and she's like, Creasy,
I'm giving you an order.
That's an order. And then we freaking...
ooh, this one gets you too in the soul.
This one gets you because it's like tension, but it's also like, I'm doing this to fucking protect you.
Yeah.
He goes, you're not my boss anymore. And then immediately tackles the dude.
Yeah, he like pushes him back so they're back inside and the door is closed back in.
Now here's my thing. Why the fuck didn't you do that an hour ago?
Probably because it was dangerous, we have a lot of risk here,
Like, I don't know, you could fucking try tackling him at the very least.
He could have, but I guess he was like, that's a little risky. I see why he didn't do that, because if he had been hurt, who was gonna protect these other two women.
Yeah,
so I
but
think he
it's
was like,
well, at least finally, like, the guy's guard was down, so he's like, nope, and he fucking tackles him with his arm. He's pissed.
yeah.
I think I saved that clip because I was like,
We can't show you the clip because that'll get us copyright claimed, but can't show you the clip.
and just the way that he said the
You can-
line, his voice is so low. It's like, you're not my boss anymore.
Yeah. So then they're kind of
She
like
tackles him and pushes the gun away. Now they're all like,
yeah.
look what you did! Like,
Yeah.
we're all still stuck in here. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Deontay is like, you said none of this was going to happen. This is too much, man. And he's like, pointing his gun at his friend. And it's like, dude's like,
accomplice.
Like, what the hell? He's like, the council has been telling me about, like,
I could be just liable for this.
I could go to jail for this. And then Carice is like, and then Deontay's like, if I shoot him, what does that do? He's like, Carice is like,
I'll say you were protecting us, okay?
You're protecting us. That's self-defense. And he immediately shoots the dude.
Yeah, in the chest.
Did not see that coming, but all right, go for it.
So,
well, afterwards, Carice takes
the gun from the floor.
Runs from the floor, and
he's like, get on your knees.
Yeah, it's like cop instincts come back immediately, full on angry. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. And then the kid's like, what? I thought you lied to me. What are you doing?
The way I thought about it, because I was like, Carice holds the gun the same way he always used to as a cop. Like the very specific way he holds his gun. It's just like that again.
Never went away, even though he hasn't been a cop for a few years. Like he knew.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? You said you were gonna help me.
Like you helped us, like you helped. He starts screaming.
Yeah, literally, dude is like, you've. Actually, first off. Yeah, the way he holds the gun is exactly how he used to as a cop. And then when all the cops come in, he's like, slightly realized
take it, please.
Has the gun in his hand, he's like, take it. Because he's probably, in his head, he's probably like, if you don't take it, I'm going to do shit.
He's like, take it, please.
So take it. And Deontay's like, thought you said you were going to help me. And then Carice is like you helped Tess? Like you helped Ali? It was like, he's like, I tried getting you to stop stopping a murder and a rape, and you did not. You did nothing. You were freaking out about.
I can't feel sorry.
Freaking out about your own damn self.
I don't feel sorry.
In the chaos, we get the question answered that I was hoping for. He immediately goes up back, puts his ring on, like freaking shaking.
Very slowly. He kind of stops for a moment, like he's about to, like, it feels like he's gonna to pray. I feel like,
he starts to fold his hands as he's about to pray, and he's like, I think he like at one point he's like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I don't think he felt like he could.
And then he goes outside, and Amanda's standing right there, and she's like, hey. And he immediately falls in her arms.
Yeah,
oh my God. I know.
I think I got.
I know.
You're insane. I think you have to look at that. Hold on, y'all. I think they reshot that scene multiple times because the shot that they keep, Carice doesn't have his ring on. I think they probably shot multiple times. The one they piece together, he doesn't have the ring on.
And I was like, this doesn't already suck. Carice's first thing he says is, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You need to.
That's when I started fucking sobbing. I was like, no, he fucking blames himself. He's apologizing and he has nothing to apologize for. Also, the fact that he's apologizing to his wife, like, honey, please
I guess I feel like he might feel like he had to because
oh my God, I'm sorry.
It does. He is.
And then Olivia goes,
Amanda kind of talks.
Are you okay,
really soft. voice of like, I know.
And I'm like, Liv, what the fuck kind of question is that?
No, we're skipping. No. Did I say it? Here, this shot.
Yeah, guys.
Don't ask whether different sizes. I don't really know, but
this is when he's literally crying to her arm, going, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And they show Amanda's face, and so as most of us predicted, this is when Kelly said Peter made her cry.
She's crying.
Don't
she's
know if
also
it was
crying.
The hug or the crying or him immediately saying, I'm sorry, but yeah. Literally, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the first thing he says. Like, God. And then Olivia's like, are you okay, Carisi? And I'm like, Liv,
obviously not.
What fucking kind of question is that right now? Of course he's not.
Obviously not.
And he doesn't say anything. He just hugs Amanda tighter and takes his head into her shoulders, and it's like,
oh.
Then the transition to the three of them eating at a diner, and Carisi's in a like NYPD sweatshirt. And Amanda's like, "Oh, my mom has the kids. She said she'll keep them for another night." And
Sonya's like, "I want to see the kid," and she's like, "Tomorrow, okay?"
And he's like,
I don't know why your internet froze.
And she's like, Sonny, what are you not ready? I need to see my kids. But she knows that if they see him like this, it's not gonna be pretty. So
it's not gonna be good. She's like, Dominic. She goes by his name is like, wait.
He goes. Amanda gets a phone call. She's talking to her mom.
Yeah. So let's give him like 9.
And then Olivia and Sonia are left alone. He picks up like a chip from his plate.
He kind of makes a joke.
Tries to make a joke. He's like, I was in a deli all afternoon. I was in a deli all afternoon, and I didn't have a single potato chip. And then it's like in that instance, it's like,
so he eats his.
Oh, you're not good.
Deflecting. Stop. You're deflecting. You're clearly deflecting from the problem.
And also, that answered my question of how fucking long was this thing? All afternoon. It's nighttime now.
All afternoon. Yeah. Been long.
And Olivia's like, I think you need to talk to a therapist. Like, I can give you someone to talk to. And as we predicted, Sonny says, nah, I'm fine. Therapy isn't my kind of thing.
We're like, you better go.
And then he goes on to say, yeah, I'll be fine. And Olivia says, I thought you were fine already. And he just isn't answering. Then the last scene we get proves how fucking good of a man he is.
His big heart.
All of this shit has happened today. Any other person would probably go home and try to go to bed. Nope. Carisi shows up to his paralegal's door in the NYPD sweatshirt and gives her the bouquet of flowers that he bought. And is talking to her. And then we get us like, oh my God, man. Then we get a transition back to Olivia and Amanda watching.
Amanda and Olivia are talking.
Like, he's not okay, is he? And Olivia goes, no. End episode.
Yep.
So this gets like 5 stars. I would give it 6, but it gets 5 because I don't like that he couldn't stop an assault. Like, that's gonna fucking mess with him. Because Peter did a bunch of articles afterwards, and they're like,
5. It's definitely hard.
This is gonna be like, for the rest of the season, and I was like, oh shit.
And we know that Peter does a couple more interviews.
No one wanted to be the rest of the season. And it's like, it's gonna be hard because Amanda's like, she doesn't want to see him go through this. Also, he mentions a case where he, like, when he finally gets back to work, like, then all of a sudden there's tension between him and Benson. and it says that this has changed him, and we're all like, fuck? How?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
Your
Because he says, well, we know
prediction
Kelly will be the next one
is
also.
that he's just not gonna show any emotions at work, which probably will, but I hope not, because that's literally what he's known
I
for,
hope
like
he gets it
being the guy, but still.
His big heart.
Peter says he's only filmed 2 episodes of this, and we know Kelly's gonna be in episode 9, so they're filming stuff about that. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, because he's not in 10, I think. He's not in one of them. 9 will come back.
Neither of them are. Neither of them are.
I think that's
So
the
it's probably
scene
like
we were talking last
something?
week about, where they're
So
in the diner at the restaurant with Nikki. That probably is that episode.
Yeah, so I'm predicting something happens in episode 9 that's like, I can't go back to work yet.
They're doing a case together also, because we have in the promo there's a picture.
Amanda's
my computer was stopping.
But it's also like, dude, what the fuck are you doing back there after this? Don't like,
because the promo kind of like puts some new clips with some old clips kind of all mixed together, so it's hard to tell. Exactly. You don't need to be at work yet, because we don't know how much time will have passed between that episode. I mean, clearly, because how they work is like the end of the episode is when it's like the actual Thursday date. So we don't know exactly like we know like that episode took place on Thursday.
Save the picture.
This
is his face when he's like, no, we can't go see the kids yet. And Olivia's just like, ooh.
This is fitting.
So yeah, I said,
what do you mean I can't see the kids?
Then Carisi's like, yes, it felt like, I mean, Peter's like, it did feel like a play, or like you were rehearsing a play. Also, he said the scene that was difficult for him was him potentially switching with Benson. And there was a cut line that would have been so freaking good, and it says,
I know,
he has a cut line where he says, I'll never be able to look my kids in the eye, basically, if something happens to you.
Exactly. I was like, oh, my heart.
And so, this is like literally after midnight, after we've tried fucking processing this. And I kind of started realizing, like, the moral of this episode, like, not necessarily the moral of this episode, but like the wrap up of the episode. Why do bad things happen to good people?
Yeah.
Because Carisi is like the pinnacle of what a good man is. And this
literally
happens.
Like sure, he's had some baggage he hasn't dealt with, but he's a phenomenal person.
Like that day alone, he paid for his bagel and he's like, take the extra money, give it to your kids' Little League. Goes to buy flowers for his paralegal's birthday.
He's like, I'm giving up everything I have so you don't hurt these people. Like,
I mean, like, I know Peter kind of asked for this, but I want to be like, I want to know who like fucking was like, you know what, we're actually gonna do this because yes, was it amazing acting? Yes. Do I wish this happened? Not fully, because Carisi is a good man and he deserves none of this. And like I said, not him not being able to stop a rape is gonna fucking kill him.
But there's a.
We will try writing this eventually. Right now, fucking
a screenshot with Amanda and yeah, we had like tried to write our own version of this, and like ours wasn't.
And we couldn't because we didn't know anything, and we're fucking processing.
And that's bad. But then we kind of wrote like after that with like a. So like we're gonna change it. I'm trying to. If my computer would stop being. I'm trying to show the picture of them in looking into the interrogation room, and Carisi looks really really tense still. Like he probably should not be working until he gets his mental check. But knowing him, he probably would have been like I'm fine. Of course, I'm fine, but
I will say it was nice to see the entire
should
fandom,
not be a working together.
ships aside, all praising Peter because rightfully so. Like, this was basically him by himself. Well, I mean, he had like the other actors there, but none of the characters that are on the show usually. This is literally just him.
What's my package?
You
Anyway,
disappeared. You're frozen. What's going on?
hold on. The connection's trying to resolve itself. Hello. What is happening? This is silly. Computer. Hold on. Turn this off. Turn this on. Hello. There we go.
Still here.
What I was trying to do is show this picture really quickly.
Yes, and everybody in the fandom
'Cause-
is praising Peter, and all the Peter give Peter and Emmy shout outs are starting again, as they
Hello.
fucking should.
Actually, you don't have any audio. I don't know why. I cannot hear you, but I can hear you.
What? Me? Give me a sec.
Hello.
How about now? How about now?
Okay, we're back.
Okay,
My
we're
whole
back.
computer,
Technical
my
difficulties.
whole computer literally exploded. It was like, nope.
One thing I noticed that I forgot to mention before when I was watching the "You're Not My Boss Anymore" clip again, Crazy almost like curled his hand into a fist, almost basically being like, "This is my situation. I need to deal with this. I'm fucking ending it right now."
Yeah.
He was so done at that point.
He was like, we can't do this. They've been there for hours. Who knows how many hours, but a lot.
Yeah, it's
Many.
gonna be interesting to see how this goes afterwards, if we're gonna see any of these characters again, if they blame him, if they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
It's a lot. Finally they're giving Peter like awesome shit. Do I wish it was this traumatic? No,
but
it was too good.
He's gonna play it
All
off
right.
amazingly.
Yes,
I don't think
literally.
Yeah,
Emmy
so
now. Emmy now. Emmy now.
we have an episode called "Give Peter Scanavino and Emmy" from
Well,
like
this is
the
gonna
first
have to give Peter
part two.
Scanavino and Emmy part 2
again. But yeah. So this episode we'll go watch this one if you haven't.
It might
While
be
it's
it
gonna
might
make you anxious about what's gonna happen, I'm looking
like
forward
a
to it.
one-time watch, or like one-time watch and then watch bits and pieces because it was a lot, but go watch.
Go watch it.
Okay, that's it. Bye.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Oh yes, happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate in the United States.
You probably won't hear from us again for right now. We're gonna take a little breaksies. Merry Christmas, because we probably won't have anything in December until we get the trailers. So
yeah,
Merry
we'll
Christmas.
get like YouTube stuff. But
Happy New Year.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We love you, and Happy New Year. We'll come back the shows come back in January.
On the 16th, but we'll be back the week before with the trailer. So so we'll be
okay,
back in
bye.
January.
Thanks for watching.
I did wear my release t-shirt. So thanks for listening, watching. Go watch this episode. We have things to do, so go do something that makes you happy afterwards. All right, that's all. Because I got the whole computer exploded. All right, goodbye. Stop.